It's a super long trip today. Miami, Bahamas, Alabama, Bahamas, Miami. It's gonna be crazy. Come join me. So my friend who owns this jet is overseas in England, and he got stuck, and he says, hey Gary, can you help me out? So me and another pilot, here is the crazy route. Come hang with us. So it's going to be, we're leaving here from the Fort Pierce area, Port St. Lucie area, then we go to Miami, and then after Miami we go all the way over to the Bahamas. Then after that we come back to Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, clear customs, then on the way to Alabama, then back to the Bahamas, then back to Fort Lauderdale, then back here. It's gonna be a long trip. All right, let me share with you some of the things that I do to set the trip up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you the 3 departments. I kind of put things in 3 departments, or buckets, if you will. One is the pre-flight, that's one. So we've just about done that. A couple things to do there still. I like to get one bucket done at a time, so that things I don't forget, I don't cross over. Then the next thing is the flight planning. We'll get what's called a toll card, TOLD, and what the toll card does is we use that to calculate the speeds that we want to rotate or take off at. And then the next department is organizing the cockpit. And this gentleman, I've never flown with him, he calls it to get his nest together. So basically you want to organize your cockpit. It's a long day today, so my phone 100% charged, iPad 100% charged, Apple Pen 100% charged, phone charger 100% charged, everything is charged. Then I put everything in the cockpit, get myself organized, so that way you eliminate the stress in the air. You want to handle everything at the bottom on the ground so you have less stress in the air. All right, so let's go ahead and get organized. Okay, so organizing the cockpit. I'm going to fly from the right seat on this. So we've got iPad, I've got the pen here, I've got my charger, and then we have checklists. These are the toll cards, so that's my next thing now. I'm going to go ahead and figure out what all of our speeds are for taking off and all that good stuff. Headsets and getting all that organized. So once we get the nest all done and organized, we will be ready to get the clearance to get out of here. And that's how we do the inside. We are in the air. Look at those beautiful waters. So that's the coastline of Florida. Beautiful, huh? Very beautiful. The color changes are so amazing. All right, speed-wise, let's check it out. 440 knots. That's like 500 miles an hour. We are moving. All right, getting close to landing now. Small runway. All right, there's our island in sight and our runway. Nice and low. Here we go. So we are in the beautiful Bahamas. Wow, what a difference in temperature. My goodness gracious me. All right, so now we've got to go back to the States, so we're going to clear customs. Usually it's okay, sometimes it's a pain in the butt. And then after that, we're going to Alabama, pick up some more peeps, and then all the way back here again, then back to the States. Full day, let's keep going. Okay, we're sitting here ready to go. Off to the next spot. Waiting for somebody to come in and land safely. All right, so we've just taken off from the Bahamas. We got nobody back there. Look at those beautiful islands, huh? All right, so now we've got to clear customs in the US of A. Sometimes customs can take the fun out of it. With scenes like this, it's okay. Okay, just landed in Alabama. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the clearance to the Bahamas. So if you're not familiar with flying and aviation, what that means is we call the tower and there's a prescribed route, if you will, just like a GPS on the road, right? So they give us prescribed altitudes that we have to go to. Then there's specific spots in the sky, we call them fixes, and then that's going to take us all the way back down to the Bahamas. So I will punch in a frequency over here. Once we punch that frequency in, then I will call them. We have a specific, what we call a tail number. That's how we are identified. And then he'll look up, okay, there's your tail number, that's you, okay, here's your clearance, and they give that clearance to us. Then we put that in the GPS, and then when we go, we just follow all the clearances. And a lot of times they change it on us. They're probably not going to change it much here because we're going from Alabama straight to the Bahamas, so there's probably going to be very, very little changing in clearance. All right, so let me go ahead and get that, and we're off to the Bahamas. Okay, so we have left Alabama. There's the Florida coast. So we're on the way, 461 knots. That's well over 500 miles an hour. So we are moving, and in just a little bit, we'll be in the Bahamas. Back to beautiful waters. I'm going to show you an island soon that's a little like a triangle. The runway's so small. Couldn't put the jet in there, that's for sure. But you can like rent the whole entire island. There it is. I think it's called Little Whale Key or something like that. I've never been, but always wanted to go. Now we've got some nice, beautiful ocean color coming up here in the next shot. Look at that. Another runway. There's a lot of runways in the Bahamas that most people don't really realize. All right, we've just departed, heading home. Sunset time. That makes for a nice scene, huh? Look at that shot. We're coming home. Okay, woo! So we've just cleared customs in Fort Lauderdale, and now we have one more. This is leg number 7. So we got to light everything up here in just a moment. Leg number 7 back to Fort Pierce, and then I'm gonna drive home. Oh, anything over a half an hour needs to be flown by a helicopter or an airplane. But anyway, it is what it is. Glad you've hopefully enjoyed the trip so far. I'd like to have given you more time, like, you know, how we do a lot of things, but it's just so busy. I'll do it on my next flight. I've got another flight coming up, I think another couple of days or so. So the next landing, we'll have a night landing, so we're looking forward to that. And come along for the night landing. Here we go. Okay, so right now, what I'm doing is getting what's called a clearance. If you don't know, you'll only know if you're in aviation. So this is giving me what the actual weather is, what runway they're using, and so forth. So I'm gonna make a note of all that right now, and then we'll let them know. And they give us the weather, and then they tell us the weather is identified by a phonetic alphabet. So Alpha, Bravo. So it's Alpha means all the specific weather's been given to us. If it changes, then it goes to Bravo, B. Then if it changes again, it goes to Charlie. And it continues and goes around from A to Z and A to Z. So this is Echo. So now I need to listen to it to find out everything about Echo, and I'll get back with you and we'll get the clearance. ATIS, Echo, and we are unfamiliar. All right, so he's telling us we're number 2. So he's taking care of somebody else right now. And why I say unfamiliar is when you say you're unfamiliar, they'll slow down and give you the phonetics. Typically, I have the clearance at this time, but the other pilot, he's managing all that. So by me saying unfamiliar, they'll slow down giving it to me. Now, if I had that information, I would be able to have it fired out at me because I know pretty much in advance that information. All right, so I'll get back with you when they're ready to have me in line. We are ready, boss.
Transition then as filed. Climb via the SID. Expect 6,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.05, squawk 0077.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale 2, Wix, transition as filed. For the SIDS, 6,000, 10 minutes, 12605, 0077. This kind of night flying is not too far off from the beautiful oceans of the Bahamas. So cool at night. I love night flying. Wow, we're done. Look at all these trips. Each card represents a trip. Thanks for hanging. Don't forget to subscribe. Look forward to the next flight. See you.